Did you purposefully not mention anything about New Year's and your birthday?
We talked about New Year's for like a week.
Okay, but did you purposefully not talk about your birthday being New Year's?
No, you knew my birthday was coming. You knew when my birthday was.
I knew, but like, I don't know. You've got it in your brain like it's January. It's January.
Birthday boy's not supposed to be the one that brings up such things. Come on.
Unless it's your, like, a big birthday.
Hey, Kate, guess what?
Or like, hey, so I'm turning 40 this weekend. Like, yes, that's okay. I still have like January still weeks away. So, okay, so.
What do you mean we have January is weeks away? What are you talking about?
I mean, in my brain, January, we're not in January. January is still far away from me.
But we're here in January now.
But we're here.
Okay.
But we're here, yeah.
All right.
So, like, your birthday was, like, still coming up. So.
But yes, then it happened on New Year's Day, and it was a good time.
Okay. So, did you do anything?
I had a few friends come over. Don't worry, social distance precautions were precautioned.
Nice.
And, just hung out a little bit on Saturday night. So, yeah.
Okay. Did you do anything for yourself? Did you sleep in? Did you, have an extra cup of coffee or?
No. Nothing. Just normal stuff. Normal got up and...
Cake?
No cake. No.
No? Okay.
No. Yeah, nothing really. No festive treats or anything like that. No.
No, nothing. It's my birthday. Gonna have some ice cream.
Didn't even occur to me as a thing. No. But
I wish I lived in that world.
But yes, here I am, halfway to 80, Kate, and feeling pretty good overall. Yeah.
Good.
Feel as spry as ever. Tell you what. Watch out.
Watch out. That was very convincing.
Yeah. Right. Yep. So, well, spry as ever doesn't indicate like as spry as a normally spry person might be, but as spry as me historically. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, had some beverages.
Nice.
Had some drinks. So,
what'd you have? Anything special or just the norm?
A wide variety of things. A whole bunch of different things showed up at the house Saturday night. So,
oh yeah.
Sampled a variety of different craft brews,
I mean, so you stayed in the same wheelhouse. It wasn't like you were Fireball and then craft brew and then...
You got Fireball on the mind a lot, I feel like.
Fireball is a recipe for like bad decisions for me. So
okay.
I'm just in it. It just feels like kind of out there. So
yeah, no hard stuff, even though I do have a bottle of tequila in the freezer now.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah, just waiting for mistakes to happen. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good times. Bad decisions. I don't know about that anymore. My bad decision usually is like the original and not what usually follows.
What do you mean, the original decision to start drinking Fireball in the first place?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the norm now. Those are the bad decisions. Whereas, like in your 20s, bad decisions could be a variety of things.
Yep. Wake up in some place and you're like, where, huh? How did I get here? Where is this? Who are these people?
Right. Or like making friends with people on the street and just like, yeah, we'll go to a house party.
I know. Yeah. When I think about college, I think about house parties. I'm like, wow. Okay. I can't believe I ever just went into some, a party in some stranger's basement randomly at like 1 a.m. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, not as spry as ever, I guess. So.
Okay.
That was probably me at my most spry, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
At your most spry.
Yeah, college.
So, nothing to like treat yourself, or was that pretty much Christmas?
No, I played some PlayStation 5.
Okay.
Which, see, once again, I just naturally treat myself. If there's something that I want and I have the money for it and it doesn't seem like a ridiculous spend, I just do it. I don't really need similar to the New Year's resolutions. If I see an opportunity for improvement, I'll just do it then instead of forcing myself to find something to resolve to do ahead of an arbitrary day,
Kind of like diet starts Monday. I should be better today, but Monday sounds like a better idea, so I'll wait till Monday.
Diet just always starts Monday. Is that the best day to start?
I think so.
Or to perpetually put off starting a diet Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. A fresh work week, so you can kind of get in a new habit, still enjoy the weekend before. Yeah.
There you go.
Kate, I have some follow-up on Dr. Pimple Popper.
Okay. Follow up.
We talked about it on this show. You've watched a lot of episodes on Hulu, is that right? It's part of your...
Yes.
Is that where you've got back into it?
Well, we got kind of stuck on it, like on maybe New Year's. They were running a marathon.
Oh.
And then, Hulu, we're on it now. So, yes.
So now I got something developing in like my left ear, you know?
Shut up.
Yeah, and now I'm all paranoid that I'm going to have to go to Dr. Pimple Popper in 20 years or however long. Because you said some of these people put off going to have their pimple lanced for like,
years.
Is there someone that was like 50 years or something?
There was a woman who had a 55-year-old blackhead. The woman was in her 70s. Her blackhead was 55.
Yeah, so I'm very paranoid about this thing, and I'm trying to pick at it. Is that what you're supposed to do?
Okay, so that is my biggest heartbreak about this show, is that people either let things go too long or they go to a doctor and they can't afford what the doctor is suggesting, or they don't get a second opinion. They're just like, no, not going to do it. And so they let these things fester and get golf ball size, and it's so
I won't do that. I mean, if this thing becomes golf ball size, it will seal in my ear, and I won't be able to hear on my left ear.
I mean, Matt, I do have a pimple popping kit. Do you want me to bring that in tomorrow?
No, stay away from me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those locations, not quite as bad as like nostril location, but it is one of those locations where you can't get a gratifying grasp on it, you know? So.
Right. But I mean, you're always trying to encourage me to do more Facebook Lives. Maybe this could be Dr. Pimple Popper, Matt and Kate version.
Well, maybe I should deliberately try to infect it to make it grow larger first, so it's more of an epic video when you lance it with your sewing needle.
Oh, gross. Right. No, this is actually a kit. This isn't just tools I've acquired and made pimple popping kit. Yeah, it's a pimple popping kit that I got on Amazon. There's 5 different instruments. Yeah.
Do you remember what it's called off the top of your head, or
pimple popping kit?
Is that really what it's called? Okay.
I really think it is.
So what all's in this thing?
There's it kind of looks like tweezers, but it's got a flat, I don't know how to describe it. It looks like tweezers, but instead of pinchers, the pinchers go flat so that you could squeeze the skin with the pinchers instead of using your fingers.
Okay.
And there's a couple of
So that makes them less pointy or something than tweezers? More blunt.
Right. So that it just squeezes the skin, and it's not so much your fingers. It's like the tools squeezing the skin. So I'm guessing it's also supposed to be a little bit more clean, so it's not your fingers on there too. Yeah, they're actually a pimple popping tool kit from Amazon. Now there's some on here that are way more things. Why don't I have this one? This one's got hooks and stuff. I don't have hooks.
Oh, so now you're investigating other options.
Yeah,
here.
That's not what I have. I was looking for the one that I have, and I'm finding better options out there. There's a couple, Matt, out there that it's a long, it kind of looks like a pin, but at one end it's a loop, a wire loop, so that you can apply pressure on the pimple and it'll pop out through. I get some of the blackheads with that one.
Finger into it or something? Is that what you're saying?
No, you hold it and you kind of scrape but you put pressure onto your nose, and then you can get some blackheads to come out.
Okay. Using a loop. And then the blackhead would come out of the hole? Is that what you're saying?
The blackhead comes out in the loop.
Ugh. Gotta stop talking about this.
The loop goes around the blackhead. All right.
Well,
all right. I mean, you brought it up. You've got the thing in your ear.
Well, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's okay so far, but I just worry. I started talking about it, and I was very flippant about people that are suffering with pimples, for decades, and that maybe now the universe is conspiring against me to show me how it is. Well, not a big believer in karma or things like that, but this might drive me to it. Let's see.
Well, I don't think it's karma. I think it's you just turned 40, so now you've got adult acne and
in my ear.
In your ear where you can't get to it.
Uh-huh.
That is one thing that I haven't had to use any of these tools where I can't see.
Okay, so you've sent me...
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to send... That's just a kit. I'm trying to send you one with like the tweezers, things that I'm having a hard time describing.
So you sent me the link to the Bestope Blackhead Remover Pimple Popper Tool Acne Comedone. Is that how you're saying that?
Maybe.
Zit extractor kit for nose, facial pore, blemish, whitehead extraction, popping needle, stainless steel with metal case. Very catchy name.
Yeah.
Actually, clearly they were just putting a bunch of keywords in there to make it easy for them to pop up in search results.
Do you see the loop that I'm talking about?
Oh, so you put it and then you pull on the other end and the loop pulls tight around.
Yeah.
Whatever facial deformity you might have.
Like you just apply pressure. And you kind of, like, that's a good way to be like, okay, that's the zit I'm going for. So you put the loop around it and you apply pressure.
Yeah, and then it lassos it, basically.
No, the loop doesn't move.
Oh, I thought maybe you pulled on the opposite end. You don't do that? Okay.
No, you just apply pressure.
Why is the loop helpful to do that?
So that you're just applying the pressure to the spot. You know what I mean?
You would pull back on it? Is that what you're doing?
No. You put that...
You're pushing with this loop?
Yes. It's a hard loop. It doesn't, like, loop makes it sound like it's movable.
Yeah, like a wire or something. It looks kind of like a wire, but it's not.
It's like a wire. Thank you. That's the, yes.
Well, it's not like a wire.
So you put that, okay.
Or is it? I'm sorry.
It's thin like a wire, but it's hard like metal. So it's not moving. It's already shaped.
So they say, take this thing and mush it into... your ailments?
Essentially, you're zoning in on your blackhead with that loop. Do you see the rounded?
How's that any different than just having a blunt object? I don't understand why it needs to be rounded.
I don't know either, Matt.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought maybe you knew.
No, it's just I have noticed it's easier to pop pimples here with that thing.
Just trying to learn here, Kate. Just trying to learn and grow.
What kind of blunt object would you use, though?
Well, I don't... a similar deal, but there's no loop on the end of it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, then you can't see if you're applying the pressure. Like, I think the loop gives you the view.
But you're not... You put the blackhead in the center. You don't put the blackhead in the center of this thing, or do you?
Yeah. You
do. And then you push?
You apply pressure to your skin, and then it comes out through the loop. And then you can scrape it to get all the stuff off your skin.
I'm glad I haven't had... See, I think I'm just not familiar enough with needing to extract things from my face or wherever else things like this might appear. So, because I've lived a charmed existence.
Hi, I'm Matt. I just turned 40, and I've never had to pop pimples. You lucky dog, you.
Yeah. I didn't say I've never had...
Lucky. Well, that required tools. That's better. You never had pimples that required tools. Of course, how much do people require tools and how much do they just like, hey, I got tools. Let's use them.
Like they just go to their tool chest and grab a screwdriver or something?
Yeah, sewing needle.
Yeah, the sewing needle's a popular one.
Well, there you go.
Does this come with some kind of... You're supposed to sanitize these things between uses, right? Like with the needle, you take flame to it or something like that?
Yeah. But I don't do the needle very much anymore because I've got the pimple popping kit.
Okay. Such a weird thing to need.
Which has, one of the objects has like a really sharp point on it.
Yeah.
But yes, you sanitize in between each use.
How do you sanitize? You use flame? You use a lighter or something like that?
No, I use the...
Isopropyl?
The rubbing alcohol. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got that handy and I get one of my little cotton ball pads. It's not a cotton ball, it's a cotton pad.
Okay.
Clean that baby up. Put it back in my kit, put it in my drawer, move on with my life. Until the next time.
So these specialty tools we keep around our homes are so weird.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
We've got a new card game, Matt.
Oh, yeah. New card game for family nights, huh? Is that
yes. Okay. And it has taken over our family. And I'm going to post this video on our Facebook page. I don't know why the name of the game is called James Bond. I don't get it. But the name of the game is called James Bond. And my sister sent me a TikTok of this card game. And I thought, oh, that kind of sounds cute. Maybe we'll play it. And Monty and I played it. And then the girls were like, that looks fun. Can we play? And we're like, not now, because it got really competitive. And eventually we let the girls play. But it is kind of a fast-moving card game where you're just trying to get all of your cards to be 4 of a kind. And you're trying to get your cards to be 4 of a kind before the person that you're playing. But it has taken over. Because now it's all trash talk, and now it's like, when can we play again? Because it'd be like, okay, it's time to go to bed. One more game. And
is there skill involved with this game or no?
No.
Okay.
Basically, shuffle the cards, and you put out 4 cards face down in the middle between you and your partner. And then you you divide the rest between you and your partner. And then you do 6 piles of 4 cards. On each side, you and your partner have 6 piles of 4 cards. And then when you're ready, you flip the original 4 cards that you put down. So you've got 4 cards to start with. And you just go through your pile and try to swap out cards that you need until all of your 6 piles are piles of 4. But you're playing someone who's doing the same thing and might be going for the same cards as you. So you're trying to go as fast as you can. And then when your 6 piles are all 4s, you slam the table and say, James Bond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm usually between Monty and I am faster at getting the piles, like all my piles, to be 4 of a kind, except for 1 pile. And Monty is strategic about his last 2 piles. And so even though I'm faster, his strategy sometimes kills me and he wins because...
So there is some skill involved.
Kind of, but we play with our 8 and 11-year-old and...
I always said no at the beginning as if it was like Candyland or Chutes and Ladders where it's pretty much all...
Oh, no.
predetermined on the first roll or something.
Yeah, you're just trying to get your cards into 4s. But I'll post the video of the TikTok on our Facebook page so that you can play and our listeners can play too.
So you play using just a traditional card deck?
Yep.
Okay.
Huh. Deck of cards. Got to be a full deck or somebody's going to lose.
Well, isn't the point that someone's going to lose?
Well, someone's not going to have...
Not everyone can win.
Well, not everyone can win, but if you're not playing with a full deck, if you are missing a 3, someone's really going to lose because they're holding out for that 4th 3, and there's only 3 3s. You know how some games you can play without a full deck? You can play memory without a full deck.
So I'm just thinking about when you're talking about playing with a full deck, I just think about my brain. You're
he's not playing with a full deck.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so that game has taken over our house.
Well, congratulations. It's nice to get a new family activity.
Yeah, we like games that we all can play. We got a couple of games for Christmas that are, because we've never played them before, we're trying to figure them out, and they're not as fun when you're figuring them out.
But you figured out this James Bond game.
Well, yeah. Because I've seen somebody else play, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
You know when you just get a board game that you've never played or seen?
Mm-hmm, sure. Yeah, and you take out the instructions. And
maybe I need to go to YouTube and just say, hey, how do you play this game?
That's no fun, Kate. You should challenge your brain to figure it out reading the instructions,
Oh, absolutely. But still, if you have nothing to compare it to, is what I'm saying.
What are these new games that you're playing?
Telestrations. Telestrations is kind of like Pictionary and the telephone game, which is kind of fun.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, when you're just figuring it out, like reading the directions and have nothing to base it on, you're trying to give instructions to everybody.
Say this one sounds fairly easy to comprehend, but
well, you're playing with a full deck, Matt, and you're not trying to teach an 8 and 11-year-old, so that's fun.
All right, and then what was the other game?
Spontaneous. We haven't played that yet. It's got a lot of instructions. So the kids were like, let's go to Apples to Apples. So I was like, all right, we'll play this later.
How did you get turned on to these games? Or were they Santa surprises?
They were gifts.
Oh, okay.
They were gifts. My mom said that she heard that Spontaneous was a really good gift or a really good game. So she sent us that. And Telestrations was a gift from a friend who said, hey, you were looking for games on Facebook the other day. Here's one that looked good on Amazon. So she had never played either. So.
You feel like you have an obligation to play these games soon in case there's an inquiry from one of the gift givers?
Absolutely.
How are you liking Telestrations? And you go,
No, yes, I do feel the pressure. My mom hasn't said anything about Spontaneous. But I know that she sent it to all of us kids, so I know my brother and his family plays it, so it can't be that hard to figure out.
Oh!
Exactly, because my brother has the same patience level as I do for his, explaining things to kids. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, it's not like he's not playing with a full deck or anything. I'm going to keep using that. I like that. But yes, you do feel pressure to play these games. Oh, did you play it? Do you like it?
We talked before, we've talked about the before times, when you had a big holiday gathering, you being me or you or anyone, big holiday gathering, and you might feel obligated to sample all the food items, to please the people that brought the food. This seems even more peer pressure to do, You were gifted a specific item.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you haven't even tried it, one might say.
Right.
So good luck on that.
Right.
I don't know if I like that idea. Someone signing me up for a new game, but
yep. Telestrations is cute. I think it would be better with more than 4 people. So because we're in the current times, we're not hanging out with anyone. Just the 4 of us. So we'll get there.
Okay, let's see. Did I put anything in here?
Was that a yawn?
Yes, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can choose to.
Oh, God, it doesn't. I can't help it.
You were not going to yawn unless I acknowledged that was a yawn?
Yes, I was going to put my head under the table for that one.
Yeah, I tried to hide that yawn, but I had a hard time smothering it. Hard time smothering that yawn. I nearly got away with it. And then I acknowledged the yawn, and then there you went.
Yep. And then I went.
So I just said, no, that wasn't a yawn at all. That was just
no, Kate.
Me just normally breathing. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Except saying it a little bit less suspiciously,
There you go.
Good old yawn. It's a good way to get it's like an oxygen recovery, right? Isn't that what a yawn is?
Is that what that's called?
That was a way, let me look up what a yawn is.
I always hate it when I'm actually enjoying myself or enjoying a conversation with someone. And more recent than not, that I cannot not yawn. And I'm like, I swear you're not boring me. And I'm not trying to be rude. And I told you last week that these are lion yawns. These are not just yawns. These are yawns.
A yawn is a reflex consisting of the simultaneous inhalation of air and the stretching of the eardrums, followed by an exhalation of breath. Yawning most often occurs in adults immediately before and after sleep, during tedious activities.
Tedious?
And as a result of hosting morning radio shows. Oh!
There it is.
They actually have, and as a result of its contagious quality. I thought they proved that actually isn't a thing. Didn't Mythbusters do an episode or something like that?
I don't know. I've got somewhere in my memory a long time ago watching a 60 Minutes and them talking about yawns being contagious. But I can't tell you the results. I just remember wow, 60 Minutes talking about yawns. Must be a slow week.
Very important stuff. One study states that yawning occurs when one's blood contains increased amounts of carbon dioxide and therefore becomes in need of the influx of oxygen that a yawn can provide. So that's kind of speaking to what I had initially said. But, oh, man.
You were right.
Oh, they got video of a yawning fetus at 30 weeks of pregnancy on this Wikipedia page.
Aww.
Yeah.
Baby.
It's fun. It's fun when animals yawn, too. Yeah.
I agree. Like little puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Cute, cute, cute.
So these are the important things we learn about on Matt and Kate.
Yawning 101.
So, Kate, do you have backlash at all when... at all, in general?
Backlash about what?
So if you get a software update, for example, your phone gets a software update, or maybe Facebook gets changed or something like that, are you good to adapt?
Yeah, there's a website that I like to use that has changed dramatically that I thought that I was doing okay, but there's a lot of people like commenting that don't change it. It's so hard to get around. And I'm kind of like mocking them, but at the same time, like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I can adapt.
Well, good for you. Yeah, I think that's important. That's how you stay young, Kate, is you're able to adapt when software updates happen.
Yes.
So a bunch of Microsoft Windows enthusiasts are concerned because there was a job posting that mentioned a sweeping visual rejuvenation of Windows experiences to signal to our customers that Windows is back. Back is all caps. And ensure that Windows is considered the best user OS experience for customers. So after this was pointed out, once this got some coverage, Microsoft went and changed. They got rid of the part about sweeping visual rejuvenation. A lot of people are pretty pleased with the way Windows is right now. Don't mess with my Windows.
Right. I just love sweeping rejuvenation.
Yeah. Well, also Windows is back with back in all caps is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Did Windows really go away? Windows is back.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did it go anywhere?
I mean, I use a Mac as my personal computer and do some of my work stuff on it. Our computer that runs our software that plays songs is a Windows computer, as is our computer that we use to put together commercials and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of hard to escape Windows still, I feel. I mean, a lot of people have Chromebooks, so
right.
It could be speaking to people that have tried or have moved on to Chromebooks or Macs or even like iPads. If people have decided to make an iPad their main computer.
Right.
So, which, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask the question because it kind of felt like a silly question. Did Windows go anywhere? Because we use it so much, I would have felt like we would have known.
They say Windows is back. Like, people are like, oh, yes, this is the Windows I know and love. Which I think people have used Windows and appreciated what it does. The start menu was nice. I remember when they introduced that and they had the old Rolling Stones / Chiefs kickoff song as the...
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Oh, that was beautiful, Kate. Keep going. Do the whole song.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Yeah, that was my favorite part when watching the Chiefs game and they'd play that. And then whatever person in the front office goes, instead of the Rolling Stones, let's do Old Black Betty. Because they were on a Black Betty bandwagon there for a while. But it was like for the first, I don't know, game, it was like, that's not bad. Let's bring back the Stones. And then a couple of years later, can we get the Stones back, please?
Did you try to watch that Chiefs game the other day? I started watching it, and I was like, if none of the starters are going to be in here, I don't want to watch this. Game's boring. It felt like a preseason game, so I gave up within 10 minutes of starting it.
Oh, Matt. And
for anyone who's not aware, the Chiefs easily secured the number one playoff spot for the AFC and then opted to rest pretty much all their starters on Sunday, making for quite the boring experience, I felt. So I gave up and stopped.
Oh, Matt.
Yes, Kate.
I understand what you're saying, but it's still an AFC West division rival. And you don't ever want to lose So I struggled because they were not winning.
Yeah, they lost, yes.
Yeah, so we flipped over to the Green Bay game.
But that's why I say it seemed like they were treating it as a preseason game. You know, we don't care if we lose this, whatever.
Yeah. Now Kansas City will have the winner of Tennessee and Baltimore. So Tennessee and Baltimore will play this weekend, and then Kansas City will have that winner. And because they secured the bye and home field advantage, so they'll be at Arrowhead for that game.
And they haven't announced the date on that yet, like whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday. Or...
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I got to wait to see what kind of matchups they get first before deciding who gets the better time slot.
That's right. And, last year they played Tennessee and everybody made a big deal about Derrick Henry, and that was the playoff game where he did not do anything, and the Chiefs smoked the Titans. And then there's the Baltimore Ravens, who Lamar Jackson, he's the quarterback who everybody compares to Patrick Mahomes. So either way, whichever team wins, I think they're going to be coming to Arrowhead with a chip on their shoulder. So either team could be pretty dangerous.
This has been Sports Talk with Matt and Kate.
Thank you.
Hot take, Kate. Hot take.
Thank you. Thank you. I did used to do a sports program. Okay, I take that back. I was a guest on a sports program.
Oh.
And we did pick 'em every week. And for 3 years in a row, I won in college.
Congratulations, Kate.
Thank you. I have a trophy.
Do you?
I do. One of our listeners made me a trophy. It's fantastic.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
Not just made me a trophy. It's not like a 2x4 or anything. Like went to a trophy shop and got me a trophy, I guess.
So you were a guest on a radio show. Is this because you were also a radio station employee at that time?
Correct.
Okay. You were conveniently located.
Conveniently located.
It wasn't because word got out in the community about your prowess for picking games?
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Correct. They were just like, wow, you know a lot about sports. Maybe we should put you on our sports talk show. And I said, okay. And then they were sorry that they ever asked me because I won the pick'em contest for 3 years. And then they stopped asking me back because I won. So
made them look like fools.
I did.
On the radio there, Kate.
They're like, get this country radio girl out of here.
You go in there. Like, we keep getting beat by a woman. This isn't supposed to happen.
Right.
Right. I assume that's what they were saying.
Maybe.
Or in their brains, at least. Maybe not saying it out loud.
Yeah, because I would sue. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe.
Yeah, you are kind of sue happy.
But they didn't say it out loud. Oh my gosh. Tech savvy people, if you wanted to share something with me that you saw on TV, you would look it up online, like on YouTube, and send me the link, right? The Match.com commercial that you and I were talking about a couple weeks ago with Taylor Swift playing in the background where it's Satan and 2020 on Match.com because a match made in hell is still match. Right. My mom thinks these commercials are hilarious. And to make sure that we know what she's talking about, she sat in her recliner yesterday and recorded the commercial on her television and then sent it out in the group text. And it would normally work if you've got everybody in the group text on an iPhone. It would be fine. But because my brother and my sister-in-law have Google phones, like anytime you send video in these group texts, like it's distorted or it's tiny or something. And so you just see like this great big screen and you can kind of see that it's the Satan 2020 Match.com. And you can hear her giggle as she's recording it.
Hey, that sounds great.
Right?
Sounds like great content.
And my mom is pretty tech savvy. So I'm kind of like, oh, this is a step backwards, Mom. But it's a thought that counts.
Tell you what, there is something to be said for just videotaping your TV screen.
Right.
You know, you go to a website, then you got to sit through a pre-roll and it yells at you for having ads blocked or whatever. You know,
using cookies.
Sometimes just videotaping a screen's nice, but if you can't, if the person receiving it can't see, because on her end it probably looked fine.
Right, absolutely.
And then she sends it through, because if you're just sending it through an iPhone user, uses the old MMS, the messages protocol. which supports fatter images and videos. And then if you include someone that's not on iPhone, then it compresses the hell out of it so it can fit on the traditional MMS, which has existed since, like the year 2000?
Maybe. I'm not the person to ask.
Maybe more recently. Maybe more recently for MMS, for being able to do picture text. But speaking of getting old or being old, but I think it more has to do with just the hours, the morning show hours. The Chiefs are successful, and thus they had a lot more 3:30 games this year and night games. And so for me, I'm like, oh man, the Chiefs are really good. So this is a Sunday night game. They've got all these Sunday night and Monday night games, and even the 3:30 Sunday games. I'm like, oh man, by the time that game's over, I'm going to be practically at work. So that's where my head's at when I'm watching Chiefs games, Kate.
I understand that. I like the fact that when they get the later games, they get the better commentators. Normally.
Oh, yeah, right. They get the A team, maybe.
Oh, gosh. Fox Sports is so hard to watch. I can't stand them, Matt. I am a CBS girl, I guess, and I don't mind Al and Chris on NBC on Sunday nights. They're pretty good, but holy moly, Fox Sports is so hard to watch unless you get Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and then they're talking about weird things, and Joe Buck's hair is distracting, and
Joe Buck's hair is they're not on camera that much.
Oh, absolutely. He's the face of Fox Sports. He's going to be on camera as Joe Buck. Yeah. I have a hard time with Fox Sports. You're welcome. Sorry.
Not a Joe Buck fan, I can tell. I assume you also don't like his baseball play-by-play?
I think he's better at baseball. I think he's better. I think that's his wheelhouse.
Does it help that the Royals won a World Series somewhat recently?
Yeah. But he's a busy guy. And, when the World Series was going on and football was going on, he was all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had him bouncing
it's like, is this
around.
guy that good? Is this guy really this good? He should be doing these sports on the same day or back-to-back days.
Right. I feel you, Matt.
Yeah.
I like the Fox guys in between games, like the Terry Bradshaw and the Michael Strahan and Tony Gonzalez and Howie Long. I like those guys. The guys that they've got calling games that aren't Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are painful.
Now, the other day, the game was on CBS, right?
No. It was on
Fox. It was on Fox? Okay.
Yeah.
I figured it was going to be on CBS since it was...
The 3:30?
Well, AFC game.
You would think. That's the other thing. Why did Fox get an AFC? I don't get it, Matt.
Regardless, I noticed... I told you I didn't watch it because it looked like it was going to be incredibly boring since no Chief starters were going to be in action. They were desperate for Mahomes content, so they pointed out how Patrick Mahomes went to throw like a candy wrapper or gum or something into the trash and missed the trash can, but then went back and grabbed the trash. Like, oh, look how courteous he is. How thoughtful. He missed the trash can, and then he was courteous enough to go and grab the wrapper and throw it into the trash can. So
they were desperate, huh?
Yeah, thirsty for Mahomes content, Kate.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
That's a new word in 2020, right?
Thirsty? Nah. What are you talking about?
Like thirst?
You know what a thirst trap is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's more played up this year than I think it's ever been played up. No?
This year, so now you're talking about in the
last year. I'm sorry, in the last year.
Yeah, it hurt my brain.
I know. Gosh, sorry.
Thirsty? I don't know. I feel like I've been talking about being thirsty for likes for a few years now, but maybe I'm just ahead of the curve here, Kate.
I would believe that. You're ahead of the curve. I'm behind. I'd believe that.
Thirst trap, though, I just learned thirst trap within the last year, I would say.
Okay. I was going to say, that's what I would refer it to, that I've only heard it in the last year. But thirsty for likes? Yeah, I'm way behind.